Sup guys, I'm back. Lewis Engines. You. Pretty excited about today. Oh, so we're here at Lewis Engines. There's a lot more RBs here than last time I was here, but it's a bloody good sign. Morning, Darren.
Hey, how you going? Good morning.
We are into the Neo engine. Now, kind of telling porkies because I didn't just rock up. Spent the morning cleaning all the block and what else did I clean? The girdle.
The girdle, yeah.
Just to get everything sorted. And now Darren's straight into putting the squirters back in.
So what I did with these, I sprayed throttle body cleaner down there, just to make sure there's no metal or anything in that. And I've seen a clean throttle body cleaner coming out, and just to give that a spray, because there's a little valve in there, one-way valve. And just spray that with throttle body cleaner and poke that thing while you're spraying it, just so there's, you know, there's no stuff in there.
Okay. Do they ever fail?
They can do, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you get crap in there, it'll hold it open.
Of course
and then it'll bleed off oil pressure when you turn the engine on.
So there's another thing that you can check if you're lacking oil pressure.
Yeah, that could be I've had these things fail. They're usually pretty good, but
yeah, right.
that's the Neo one with the metal pipe.
Ah.
So the factory one's got that little aluminium piece. These are real nice because if the piston skirt does hit the squirter for some reason, like if it runs a bearing or something, then it ends up smashing against the squirter, the aluminium ones will break off and go into the motor, whereas these ones just bend out the way.
Ah,
so
okay.
That's a full metal pipe. That's the Neo squirter.
Yeah, right.
R34 Neo.
Look at this joint. RB. Is that an RB? No, it's a diesel.
No, it's a dirty diesel, yeah.
Dirty diesel.
TD42, dirty diesel.
And there's bloody V8s. Oh, another RB down there.
Yeah.
This one wasn't here last time, was it?
Yeah, I've got a. Yeah, it was there. Yeah, that's a 3.4 stroker with a
3.4.
a girdle on it. Like it's got that girdle I fitted up to the block.
Oh, the what's it called? PRP one.
Main girdle, yeah.
Jesus.
And
oh, hang on. Is this the single cam one? No.
No. This is a twin cam.
Oh, okay.
I've got to finish the head on this and get that done in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, wow.
And that's a Tomei oil pump.
Big boy.
Yeah.
Tomei. Duck's guts, eh?
Yeah, so the Tomei's got that external pressure regulator.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas your normal in the pump there where that nut is, that's all hidden in the sump, you can't adjust it. But this one here, you got too much, too less, shim it, do whatever you have to, it's all outside, you just got to push the alternator out of the way. And your regulator, pressure regulator's in there.
That's genius.
Handy. Very handy.
That's what you used to run on your drift car?
Yeah,
yep.
You just run that, yeah.
Can you still get these pumps?
Yep, you can.
Expensive?
Yeah, 2,500.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, but well worth it.
Yeah.
Because they're different design, they've got a 2J gear set in them.
Oh, they got a spline?
With a spline, and then it runs an adapter going back to the two flats. Which is better than, you know, still got that two flat drive, which is terrible, but it's better than not having it.
Yep.
Not having that pump, you know what I mean?
Definitely. So we got our PPM rods and our CP pistons. So we're going to go over the whole process. I haven't even said that. So we're going to go through the whole short block on the Sonvia's Neo engine. So it will still be an RB25. The crank's still an RB25 one. So yeah, 86.5mm pistons.
Yeah.
And the rods are standard length, so in long story short, it's just a beefed up standard RB25.
Yeah.
Yeah. Engine.
Better parts, you know, like stronger parts, yeah. Probably, well, except for the head porting that I'll do for you.
Oh, that's...
You know, the engine probably won't make any more power. Might make a little bit because it's fresh bores now.
Yep.
And it seals up nice, but the...
it was down to 50 PSI.
Yeah, but you're paying... The porting on the head's going to make a difference. I'm hoping that you're going to get a bit more off-boost response with the head porting, and that's usually what happens.
And we're going to have a heap more compression because it literally had none on the end of it.
Yeah, it's still got the standard static measured compression ratio.
Yep.
But your actual cylinder pressure will be more because your bores are all fresh now.
Yeah. I can't bloody wait.
So we've honed this.
So you can see the bores have been freshly honed. They got the crisscross on them. I haven't cleaned all the CRC out 100% just yet. But yeah, it's going to be a good thing. So with the head, Darren's going to go and do a lot of porting and just seal everything up, check it all out. It's actually stripped right now out there, but I am going to retain everything that was out of it exactly the same. Like, we're not changing cams, we're not changing springs or nothing, are we?
No, we stick to the same. It's only got standard cams and standard springs in it, but I think with the run you've had with that combination, it's probably better just to leave it. Yeah, you've had a really good run with it, so
yep.
Don't change what is working, sort of thing.
100%.
Yeah. Right.
Keen as for that.
But,
so
you know, your mind wants to put a heavier set of springs in, but yeah, it's.
I've had one snap before,
yeah,
so
I have. Yeah, so
we'll keep it standard.
I would say leave it.
Okay, so what's the trick on installing these suckers?
I'll show you. I'll just take it out again so you can see it.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's all right. So it's got that little pin there.
Oh,
that holds
okay.
it in the right spot.
Yep.
So you've got to make sure that pin is in the hole there. See that hole?
Yep.
It's got to go into that hole, otherwise it breaks it. And it holds the squirt in the right spot.
Yep. Cool.
So always just find that, locate in there and just hold it and nip it up. And then when it's down, it's not going to spin.
Yep.
And then just tension it to about 28 foot-pounds. And that's it, and make sure it's in there.
Beauty.
You can usually see the squirters if they're bent. Like some ones had a hit with a piston or something. And you can sort of visualise it and look at them all. They're all the same angle and everything. Nothing's been hit there. And these ones will usually clear those CP pistons pretty right on the skirt. It's got that notch on the skirt there for the squirter.
Oh, okay, on that corner.
Clear them pretty good.
Yeah, right.
The only headache you have with the Nissan pistons is the male pistons. They've got a funny shaped skirt on them.
Yep.
It comes out here, and they will hit every squirter. So a male forged piston, you can't put squirters in the block. You'd have to put block offs.
Oh.
I make up a little round aluminium block off and just screw the bolt in so that you don't run the squirter. Sometimes, you know, if the people got male pistons and they can't return them and they're stuck with them, there's no way you can modify the male piston to clear the squirter. So you've got to block them off, which I don't like using them because of that reason.
Yeah, wow.
It's good to have the squirter.
Bloody oath.
Under piston oiler keeps the crown cool.
Yep.
That's the idea of it. Basically, diesel sort of technology.
Yep.
So it squirts oil on the base of the piston and keeps the crown cool.
In there.
Tries to keep the crown cool.
Yeah. All right, so they're in.
Yep.
Now
So we've hot washed the block and then we've decked it flat here and bored and honed it to 86.5.
All right, guys, we're rewinding here. This is previous recorded footage that Darren sent me. I just wanted to explain the decking process of how he does his blocks. So this machine's at Darren's shop. Obviously, I couldn't be there when he did this, so it was before this actual video. Long story short, he goes over the engine in very tiny increments. Like this has got like a tiny little stone on the end of that spinning thing, and it just skims a tiny bit of material off the block. As you can see, there's some that's missed, so obviously the block isn't dead flat. So he has to go over it a few times, back and forth, just moving the stone down the tiniest little bit. I don't know how many thou he does it each time, but yeah, this is how he he decks your block. So it's pretty cool. It's a very lengthy process, but yeah, just wanted to show you guys how it's done. Now this machine, so this here is boring out to 86.5 mil. I've no idea how this thing works, like what's going on inside that tube there, but I can only assume it's doing what we want the damn thing to do. This is a pretty cool little thing to show you guys as well. And then it moves into this machine, which is honing it. So this has got some crazy diamond stones on it, and yeah, it's all done to pinpoint accuracy. So that's another cool little thing. This is not done at Darren's. This is done elsewhere, but he does have a brand new machine, which I'll show you right now. So we did go over this new machine at Darren's in the latest RB30 build video. So yeah, that's about it, guys. We'll get straight back to the engine build.
And we just used what the piston manufacturer said for clearance.
Yep.
Whatever it is in there, it's 3.5 or 3 thou, something that the pin measured. And that's good.
Awesome. So now
So you washed it in Caro.
Yep. Then
you took it out and squirted it with a hose to get all that Caro off of it and out of the water jackets, and then blew all the water off with air and sprayed it with CRC, then kept blowing it with air until all the threads are clean and everything.
Correct.
Yep. So then what we'll do is we'll just wipe the boards down with throttle body cleaner.
Yep.
And a white rag to get the rest of the crap out of there. I'm not a fan of, a lot of people use hot soap and water. I'm not a fan of that because that'll leave a bit of a rusty tinge in the hone.
Oh, because of water.
Yeah, I just like using Caro to clean up, and then water.
Yep.
And then air and CRC, and then you've always got that lubrication in the bore. There's no rust. So then just throttle body cleaner and a white rag, and just keep scrubbing the bore until your rag's clean.
Yep.
That's what we've got to do. Usually throttle body cleaner or carby clean or something like that.
Yep.
With the clean rags, the job.
Cool. Alrighty, I'll clean that up, and then I guess we'll put the crank in.
Yep.
We'll measure it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're on the lathe to do a quick linish. Look at this big gadget.
Yeah. Bow and arrow.
Boom! Just saw that, eh?
That doesn't remove any metal. That's just polishing.
Yeah, right.
So this belt is an old, dirty, oily belt.
Yeah.
So that's just putting a real fine finish on it. I do that even after I get the cranks ground.
Oh yeah?
Because I just like the journal finish really smooth.
Yep.
The smoother the better.
Hmm. Awesome.
See the oil on the belt leaves that line?
Yeah.
That's all that is, just rubs off like that. So it's just a smooth finish. Got to have a real smooth finish on the journal. A lot of people carry on about journal finishes and things, and my theory is it's just smoother the better. you don't want that to have like rough on it.
No.
If it touches a bearing, it's just going to tear it.
Yeah, it'll just rip it.
I've seen a lot of problems with that.
Alright, so I quickly cleaned the crank up, just drowned it in Caro and ran a few, what are those? They're like a bottle brush, aren't they?
Yeah, little bristle brush.
Yeah,
Cleaning brushes, yeah.
Bristle brush.
Yeah. There's some there that are metal ones I've got.
Yeah.
And some of them are like a hard plastic sort of bristle.
Okay. So I just, cleaned all the inside out of there.
Same as you clean a gun with rifle brush.
Yeah, I wouldn't have any experience there whatsoever.
Yeah, I've got some real nice Swedish gun cleaning brushes, and they're sort of a brass looking thing.
Yeah, right.
And they're really nice, yeah.
Well, there you go. So the crank's all clean. Blew it out of there. Got rid of the oil off of where Darren's polished the, or linished. It's linished, isn't it? Yeah.
Linished, yeah.
Linished the crank, and it's looking...
Polished, linished, yeah.
Yeah, it's looking bloody brand new now. So we got the new ACL race bearings. Where's that box? Oh, it's
I threw it out. Oh, that's the rod bearing box.
there.
I threw the main bearing box out already.
That's alright. So these are, what are they? Calico.
Calico coating, yeah.
Yeah. So ACL race bearings. We're obviously using them on the rod. The PPM rods that we got. These suckers here. They, yeah. So we got the ACL bearings in. Darren's just gonna put the studs in.
So with the studs, like a correct way of a stud is to have a ball at the end of the stud, which locates in a ball at the base of the hole. But these studs are just a flat. Better than a bolt.
Yeah.
But still not a nice stud, but still good stuff. And just screw them in by hand.
Easy, and you don't do them up tight.
Don't put any Loctite, don't put any oil, nothing.
No.
ARP recommend to just screw them in and just bottom them out.
Yep.
A lot of people try to put Loctite on and things. You shouldn't put any Loctite on them. So yeah, just basically just nip it.
Yep.
A lot of people back them off. The correct way is just to nip it down.
Yep. Easy. So this comes with the
with the studs, yeah.
Yeah.
So just wipe a bit on the thread there.
So not too much, not too little.
Nah, just put like a dab on there. Just don't have to put the whole bag. You wouldn't use the whole bag, but
Yeah. Okay.
I've seen some people just cover it. It's going to go in the oil and everything, you know. You only have to put just enough of what you're doing.
Yeah. So you don't put any under the washer. Obviously, this will collect some as it gets.
Yeah, just grab the washer.
Yeah.
I just put it like that, and then just wipe it around like that.
Yeah,
on
okay.
the washer so it's coated.
Yeah.
Goes everywhere. But
I'll do that for you, though, but I don't want to get my hands
just
dirty.
do that. Yeah. I mean, it's lovely. Isn't it? Just get in the car and on the steering wheel.
Bloody oath. So you don't put any. So with the nut.
Oh, you can wipe a bit on the bottom of the nut if you want to, yeah. So that way then you've got it on both surfaces here.
Yeah.
And then the nut, I just get it. Same thing, just
Yeah.
bit on there so it slides easy. That's all.
Done. Alright. We'll be back when they're all done. No interruptions.
No.
This is a pretty important bit.
Oh, no, you just like to measure them all. Fuck, these are spot on, man.
How do you use that bloody thing?
You're supposed to use this thimble. There's a lot of different methods. That's the correct way to hold a mic like that.
Yep.
So when you're measuring a crank, you always measure that way with the mic. Hold that in your hand and measure there. So then what you do is you rock it and bring it close to the size. And I just use that thimble. A lot of people use this.
Is that just a finer adjustment?
It's a ratchet so that you can't put pressure on this.
Ah,
So if you're just doing it down with that, it'll only put, like say that's the crank and you hold that, it'll only put a certain amount of force down.
Yep.
I just got a different feel. Now I bought these new mics, it's different again.
The mic's not the crank.
Yeah, the feeling of it, like yeah, no, the journals are all good on here, like they're all
Sweet.
spot on. But yeah, the every mic you get is different.
So then what, you got to measure the distance?
Yeah, the clearance. So once you got that set, I'll just measure these while I'm going. These are smaller, so these are 1 to 2. So these are.
So what clearance do we need for these bearings?
Want about a minimum of say 2 3/10. So they're all the same. So what we'll do is we'll measure this one. So we've got the bearings in the cradle clamped up and the front one's tensioned up.
Yep.
So we'll get the size here. That's the size. Now we can set the inside mic to that. Then we can measure that one.
Okay.
They'll be all the same. Like the main tunnel's diameter will be the same, identical on these. In there. And zero it. One and a half, not about 1.5, 1 7/10. So there's not enough clearance, man.
Joking.
No. So this is why you check your shit, because if you just put that crank in, it'll turn and everything will be nice, but it's too tight. You want about 2.5 minimum.
Why would it not have enough clearance?
The tunnel sizes here, like this size here is probably smallish, and the crank's on the large size, and that's why you have it. So with the other ACL bearings, you must have had about the same clearance. But it wasn't killing bearings there, was it?
Unless these bearings are thicker.
They shouldn't be, no.
Alright, so we hit a bit of a roadblock. Darren's going to explain it.
Yeah, so
go.
We put the calico bearings in, we checked the bearing clearance, we've got 1.5 thou, which isn't enough. So then we put the old ACL H series style bearing in, and we've got 2 thou and 3/10, which is tightish, but because you were running it before with that style bearing, same crank, same block, with the bolts.
Yep, with the standard bolts.
And your bearings look good,
not the
and
ARPs.
everything was nice there. We're going back to the format we were. We wanted to use the calico bearings with the studs here, but we didn't have enough clearance because the studs pulled the tunnel down smaller, more clamping force, and the calico bearing must have been a little bit thicker, the shell thickness, so we weren't going to have enough clearance there, so we have to stick with this. Unless we machine the crank, we have to stick with this combo.
Yeah, and only because we know it worked fine for 2 years.
Yeah.
Sitting on...
Either that or the crank has to go in and get machined on the mains. 1 thou and 3/10 off every main journal.
Yep.
That'd be the alternative if you wanted to use the calico bearings with the studs. Then you're going to end up with 2.5, bit under 2.5 thou clearance, and it'll be spot on.
Yep. So Darren's call was to do all that, but my call was to go. Yeah, was to go with this because it worked for me, and I didn't want to change it. So it's on me if it doesn't work out.
No, that'll be fine.
Yeah, like it's fine. It's spinning all good. Oh, you did the thrust as well, so
yep,
everything's all.
The thrust end plays good. It's got 4 thou.
Yep.
So yeah, by the time it seats in nice, it'll probably have about 5 or 6 in the end, but that's plenty for that.
Yep.
And it just shows you the tolerances in the main tunnel. So you've got 2 thou clearance there with oil on the bearings, and that thing spins perfect. You know, that's pretty good for Nissan's crank tunnel machining for sure.
And you've you measured the rods as well, because that was going to be another deciding factor on the crank.
Yeah, so with the calico, we've got 2 3/10 bearing clearance with the calico bearings on the rods.
Yep.
And so you could go ahead and use that. Whereas if you had the ACL H's in there, you'd probably have about 2 6, 2 7/10 clearance, which is still okay, but we want to try to use the calicos if we can.
Yep.
Yeah, they're a better bearing.
God, they go in a lot easier than the standard bloody things.
Oh, hell yeah. This is all ready to race.
Yeah.
All the clearance is ready to...
Ready to rock.
So if that was tight in there to push in, you wouldn't, you know, you'd have to hone the push.
Yep.
Sometimes there's a bit of variation in the sizes, and you have to hone them. But I'll check that first.
Yep.
Before I got to this point. Now for the hard bit.
That don't look fun.
Just gotta watch out, you know, get one in the eye. So I've got safety glasses on. They're my safety glasses.
Yeah, I'll hide behind the camera.
So yeah, just stick it in the hole there. So you get the tail there and put it in that nice little lead-in bit.
Yep.
This is how easy way I do it. Like that.
I'm hoping the camera got it because I looked away.
There is special tools, but
once you've done 30,000 of the bloody things.
yeah, it's just you get to know, like, there's that particular method didn't work, so go for that one. That way you're not overstretching the clip or anything.
Yep.
Like, you wouldn't want to put it in like that and try to squeeze that with the pliers and turn it.
Oh yeah.
Because that's spring loaded, so that will only take so much force before it won't come back.
Yep.
So that's why they put that little lead-in bit there, so you can feed it in. You don't have to compress it too much to get the thing in there. See, I'm just pushing down like that with it.
Magic.
Sometimes you have trouble. See how that's
Go
sort
on.
of trying to turn in there? So what I do is I put my finger over top and push the pin, and then it clips it in.
Easy.
Yeah. And then you just have a look at them. Oh, the other side's the same.
The aircon works.
Oh, it's only a fan.
Was it?
Yeah, it's just with, you know, a bit of fresh air. It's not a aircon. It is an aircon and heater, but
Feels like it's hooked up to Antarctica.
that's only on.
I was thinking the same thing.
That's only on air, like cold air.
Yeah, right.
Works alright, eh?
Alright.
So then I just have a look at them, make sure. And you can feel it, like move the pin backwards and forwards. You can feel that it's in there. Just have a real good look at it, you know, like. Don't matter if you sit there for 15 minutes, just look at him. Can save the day.
Double checking, triple checking.
Yeah. Then you can sleep. You don't have to wake up in the middle of the night and go, did I put that clip in properly?
I did that when I did the bearings on this motor.
You worry at night. Like,
Oh, I just,
you wake up dreaming about it. Something.
as soon as I was ready to put the sump on, I'm like, oh, should I double check the
Check
rod
them
bolts
again,
or
yeah.
should I double check the the main bolts and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we need the hammer out of the toolbox, the red one.
Red one, where's that?
Should be in the bottom. Snap on ring compressor.
Oh, look at that. Snap on hammer. Snap on lever bar.
Snap on. He's in.
Oh, I can't handle that, eh? Look at this, it's just like the bombing knocker I got. Last cap on.
Yeah.
So what's the torque setting for those big fellas?
65 foot-pounds.
65 for the 625 bolts.
Yep.
Yeah. Right, Roger.
So
Roll over
nice
it.
end play there.
Oh yeah. What is it? How's it go
Beautiful.
again?
Click from side to side.
Oh, yeah,
one
through-
thou,
yeah.
one thou.
No, this
One
one's
and a
got
bit, one and a bit, one and a bit.
2.2.
Two,
Yeah,
two thou,
yeah.
2/10.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, hang on a minute, hang on. Hang on. Yeah, 2 and 3.
Yeah. Bloody hell, eh? Bottom end. It's freaking done.
That's done.
So, is that so you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to do things like that in the workshop years ago. We used to sign our names on things.
Oh yeah.
And there's a customer that used to come in and we had a nickname for him. And I wrote on his oil pickup his nickname and drew a nice picture.
Dick and balls.
Yeah. And about 6 months later, he came into the workshop with the pickup, and he was telling the boss, "Who's the artist in the workshop? Who's the clown?" And because they knew who it was straight away. Yeah, had to pull the motor apart to do something, and there was just writing on the pickup as soon as he opened it up. See these little marks here? How you got just this? I didn't want to deck any more off because that you can't feel that. That's where the gasket buzzes under there, and it digs in.
Yep.
So you can't actually feel that with your fingernail, or you can see it. So it's only a visual thing. So if you see that and you go, "Oh, what's he done? He hasn't decked enough." It's only you can't even feel it with your nail. So it's just it's just
No, I wouldn't
print it
know.
onto the iron. Yeah.
No,
But
no.
that's all right, like, because you
Yeah.
don't want to go just machine and shit off for no reason.
Yep.
Because then you've got thicker head gaskets and bullshit you got to deal with. Pistons are hanging out, and you know it's nice to keep the piston below the deck or thereabouts rather than hanging the thing right out in the heat.
Look at that, eh? So now I need to buy some more parts off you. Gaskets and... What else do I need?
That's good. Everything's loosey goosey, ready for boosty.
Oh, awesome. Well, I
So,
should
yeah.
probably get out of your hair now, eh?
We've had to use that. But yeah, that'll work for you, sir.
Thank you very much. That's exciting. Oh, so you're just looking at the deck height?
That's nice, yeah. That's probably, that's pretty close to the level. Yeah, it's, I reckon a 1.3 gasket on that. That'll be beautiful.
Ripper.
Neo love.
So bottom end, done. Now, onto the... would you say that heads are kind of a bit of a specialty for you?
No.
No? Because you've got a lot of these out there that are pretty...
bit of...
Because you've done a lot of R&D on all these heads.
Yeah. They're... You know, each one's got its own things, and for the application, what the guy's doing too.
Yeah. So Darren has quite a few different packages on his website from... Are they in stages? How have you got it? I can't remember.
Yeah, sort of make it easy for people, because people, they get all, you know, they can't decide what they want and whatever. So I just put stage 1, 2 and 3. And they've all got different springs and different porting and different pricing. So then they can sort of look at it and go, would a stage 2 head be all right for my engine? Then I'll say, no, you run a 50 pounds boost, so you need the $10,000 one, you know?
Yeah.
They sort of know where they are from there.
So knowing what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah. I just hot wash these and then glass bead them.
Yep.
Because with the aluminium, there's no real efficient way of crack testing the alloy. There's a spray that you can use, which is it's not efficient at all. You sort of look for the cracks by eye, really, because with the hot wash, it sort of impregnates a bit of chemical in the crack. If there's a crack, then the glass bead will drag all that stuff out, and you'll see it's plain as day. It'll be like a line. And where these things crack is like through here. The Neo cracks up the spark plug hole straight through there.
Ah, okay.
See all this rough crap around the plug hole? So what I'll do is I'll grind that with a burr. So I'll put a like a bloody say that shape burr on it, and I'll just run that around the hole and make a nice big chamfer around there, so the crack can't start from it, because they usually want to crack through here. That's the main thing I wanted to see, just visually look, no cracks. Something's gone in here at one stage. Something's happened. That's only cosmetic though, that.
Yeah, probably dropped the valve, I don't know.
Something went through it. See the little remnants there and a couple of chips?
Yep.
There, that's nothing.
So this is the head that come off my engine.
Yeah.
And Darren's going to...
Yeah, so we'll cut the seats on it and we'll port it.
Yep.
And then we've got to settle the tappets again and put new seals on it and that's and face it here, obviously.
Yep.
Then she's ready to go back on.
Did you say you wanted to port it?
Yeah. I'll just pour it in here and grind it. You know, so you see all this stuff in here. That get in there with a grinder, just smooth that out and shape it. And the same in here in these turns. We'll just shape that, and this area here we'll just pour it all through there and smooth that out through.
But it's very time consuming, yeah?
Yeah, probably the quickest I can do one of these, which depends on stages what you do, sort of a bit of a lick and a promise clean up, you might spend 4 hours.
Yep.
That's the quickest you can do of anything of circumstance. But with this one here, I'll spend about 10 to 13 hours.
Jesus.
And it'll be pretty well as good as you'll get it with the standard size valve. And yeah, keep the ports small as you can, just the right shape and the right amount of metal out in the right spot, rather than making it a big hole, you know.
Yep.
Which is, you can have 300 CFM of air at 14mm lift, and these cams have probably only got 8mm, 7.5mm.
Yep. Because
there's no point having all that air at that high lift, because it's not going to see it. So we'll keep the port small as we can and get the right shape. That way it'll give the maximum amount of flow at the low lift ranges, and we won't lose airspeed. We'll gain airspeed that way. And then you'll feel like off boost. You know, as you're coming on to boost, with the throttle under boost, will be nice and responsive.
Yeah, because I literally had nothing before.
Right.
Like absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Under $5,000, this thing was just a nugget.
Okay.
Yeah, a
Yeah, well,
Barina.
help all that, yeah.
A Barina would have been more powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get.
But as soon as it was on boost, it was.
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome. So this will be another part of the build video.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get Darren to send me some footage of him working on it. Not everything, obviously, but just so you guys understand the process that he's going to go through and spend a ridiculous amount of time doing it.
Yeah, there's no broken. Oh, that's for your manifold. The short.
Yeah. Yep.
I can port it with these in there. I won't take them out. There's a few things going on here. I don't know what's going on here. Something's been.
Oh no, that's they're for my EGTs.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, I had to do that while the motor was in
you
the
got
car.
6 of them.
Yeah.
Ah, no wonder it lives.
Yeah.
Ideal. Yeah, no wonder it's tuned properly like that.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
That's how you tune an engine like that.
Yeah.
With 6 exhaust probes, yeah.
So-
You got every cylinder.
Yep. And with the Motec, you can obviously
That's nice.
give each individual injector enough fuel, and
That's a good thing.
yeah.
Real good.
Hell yeah. Awesome. So we'll be coming back with updates on this, guys. Bottom end's done.
Yeah.
Head's the next thing we do, and then I've got to order gaskets and everything else through.
We've got to get a head gasket and rear seal, oil pump gasket.
Yeah, I've got a few of those things, so I'll
Just see what you got and
Yeah.
then tell me and I can get that stuff here. I've probably got it here anyway, most of it.
Yeah, so just remember, guys, if you need anything like that, Darren pretty well stocks it. And if he
Most of
doesn't-
the time I've got it here, and
Yeah,
the supplier I deal through is always maybe 2 days away, sort of thing. Some of the stuff is getting harder to get. If someone's doing a build or whatever, they got to get a little bit ahead of it and ask the question, is that stuff available? Because some of the stuff I've noticed is getting hard to find.
yeah,
Every now and then ARP gets hard to get. And the Permaseal stuff's pretty good now. The ACL stuff's fairly good, but there's a lot of diesel stuff now that's getting real hard to get it. Yeah,
get a hold of.
yeah. The suppliers have had a run of huge sales
Yep.
in the last year, and they're finding it hard to keep their stocks up. So it is good to keep ahead of it and ask the question: is that available? Whatever. Yeah.
Yep. No, awesome.
Yeah.
So if you need any RB related products, Darren's your man. He's your go-to. And a massive thanks. We got the bottom end done on the Sonny now, and I actually got the Sonny back from getting all the chassis repairs. I haven't explained that at all yet, but it is back in the shed, ready to basically start putting it all back together. So exciting times. Thanks, Darren.
That's all right. No
Can't
problem.
thank you enough.
No worries.
I'd be a long way behind schedule if it wasn't for you. So
Oh well, it's always busy. I try to do as much as I can, but yeah, that's
and
right.
the poor bloke's snowed under here. He's got that much work on. So yeah,
2 hands.
yeah. Thanks, buddy. All right, guys.
That's right.
Hope you enjoyed that, and we'll be back on the next one very soon.